Welcome back to the Smoke and Mirrors Podcast, your destination for the latest in streaming, movies, and reviews. We are your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. Today, we'll be discussing all the trailers released. It wasn't too many. Uh, who Sir Roger Deakins thinks should win Best Cinematography for 2022. The 2023 Oscar winners, The Last of Us Season 2 rumblings, who's been talked about as the front runner for Blade Runner 2099, Oscar Isaac's new role that he's cooking up there, and much, much more. Now let's start the show. I will live in there, fellas.
It was good, man.
Hey,
It
good.
was really good.
Mm,
How you going?
Good. I was tired though.
Mm.
Yeah.
Big in-office days?
Yeah. Thursday,
Yeah.
man. Wednesday and Thursdays. I can't complain though. I always likes the Wednesday, Thursday in the office, to tell you the truth. My
Switch
week
up.
is so fast now.
Mm.
Like it's just blistering fast now.
Mm.
As soon as Wednesday,
Blistering.
yeah. As soon as Wednesday hit, I know my week's finished, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah. Let's get into it. All right. So them trailers. So we got a trailer for American Born Chinese. It looks like just the whole cast from everywhere, whatever it's called, all at once, is back. Um, yeah, it looks like what's his face? I saw what's his face? Monkey in there from Monkey Magic, Wukong. Uh, yeah, this looks cheap as hell. Doesn't look finished. Looks very very early. It looks like they tried to cash in on the word of mouth from yeah. So I think this has got a ways to go before it looks finished, but this currently looks terrible.
Yeah.
It looks disgusting.
Looks TV.
Very TV. And this is Disney from the
Yeah.
director of Shang-Chi as well, whoever that is.
It's Daniel Dustin Cretton.
That guy.
Scott.
I just didn't know his name. We got our first full trailer for The Little Mermaid. He did like admittedly make the better Marvel movie, one of the better Marvel movies of the last
did.
phase. So
It's true.
I was giving him that. We got the full trailer for for The Little Mermaid. Doesn't look too
Yeah.
bad. Some nice little songs in there, little songs. CG looks terrible. Aquaman's hair effects look better than theirs. I don't know what's going on there. It looks a little bit funny.
It looks like the hair is solid on the top half and then flows after.
It comes after. Because you know how Aquaman's hair was constantly moving, right? Because it would if you're in the sea. It wants to go up, to be honest.
Yeah.
'Cause that's where the sunlight is. What's his face? It just looked funny.
I wonder if it's the braided. You know, Halle Bailey's got like braided hair.
I thought so too. But then the next time I watched the trailer, I was staring at Triton's hair, and his hair does the exact same thing.
That's weird.
What do you call it?
It's the physics. It's the physics model that they've used.
Yeah.
So, not apparently. So with Black Panther 2, to get the water effects perfect, they shot both dry and wet and then just put the two together with CG assist as well. And that's why everything looks really good when they're doing the underwater scenes as well.
Yeah, right.
It did look real good in the water, actually.
Yeah.
I think about that first scene where they go down in the what's his face, those suits,
Yeah.
high pressure suits. That looks really really good.
But
in the water, it's beautiful.
yeah, I was killing myself in this trailer. Don't you reckon you got Bloodsport vibes when Triton was talking to Ariel, though? As soon as he was talking about the humans and the mermaids, I was like, you are not Japanese. You are not a Tanaka.
Who's playing the mother?
Ariel never had a mother. The mother died.
That's wild, because she's got older sisters. You know what I mean?
There was always rumors that like Ursula was maybe the mother, and Triton just banished that bitch. I don't know.
God damn.
Them internet rumors.
In the Reddit threads, man.
their Redditos is under fire at the moment.
Oh
do you mean?
man.
Marvel subpoenaed them. They were like, "You give up that leak, you give that up to me." And Reddit was like, "Fuck you. We have privacy protocols in place to protect our users." Marvel ain't backing down.
They're gonna have to take the L for that one.
Yeah, they are.
Because if it comes out that, hey, it was one of your stars being a dickhead who left the script or whatever it was there on the table, we just recovered it. We didn't steal it. What are they going to do? They're not going to go out and fire that star.
Have you noticed that ever since, like, you know, Tom Holland's kind of like been outside of the spotlight after the Spider-Man hype, they couldn't pin it on him for some of the spoilers, and now they're trying to find someone.
They just shoehorn him in to cameo in every picture. It was you, Holland.
God damn it, Holland again.
It was me this time.
Please, sir.
Iger's just beating him.
Feige's just going, well, Feige dressed up like Fagin as well.
Yeah.
And being like, you know, essentially the Pied Piper, stealing them kids like that. That's wild.
Yeah.
Because we originally had a Pied Piper. He was the Pied Piper of R&B.
Yep.
We seen how that finished.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
That's my Robert.
Jesus.
All right, so we got a little teaser there for season 2 of The Bear. More so just a rehash of the last basically minute of the last season. I'm expecting a giant reveal hopefully soon, like a full trailer soon.
Yeah.
But going from Mr. Beef to Beef, we got our first trailer for the
Segway King.
Yeah. You know, whenever I saw Segway like written down, I used to be like, Sieg.
Yeah.
Sieg.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Sieg.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's an
idiot.
I've got
There's
me
a French
reading
word
Stephen King at 12 and shit.
I know.
Yeah. Couldn't
There's a
be
French
me.
word there that it was.
Couldn't be me saying Ori this whole time.
But yes.
What do you mean?
Awry? AWRY?
No.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you still say Ori, God.
Oz still says Ori, dog.
Yo. Hit the books, my G.
This is why I'm inaudible. You know what I mean? This is the exact reason.
It's better than me. I said that shit in public, dog, and I got clowned for it.
It got Ori in there.
Something went Ori.
I wouldn't know how to use it in the proper context. I thought Ori was like I just didn't. I felt uneasy. You know what I mean?
So it's like events of like something bad happening, or like, you know, let's say you're at a bar. If something went awry, it means like, you know, maybe a fight happened.
It's like the old English version of yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Things. Like that's all it is. All right, so Beef stars Ali Wong and Stephen Yun. It's going to be a 10-episode, 30-minute series over at Netflix, which is wild for Netflix. I didn't expect them to do this. They could have easily turned this into a five-episode hour episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this tells the story of these two people that have road rage. I think we've spoken about it before.
Yeah.
Get into this whole road rage thing, and then they just got beef after that. They just try to tear each other down.
Yeah. This
is wild.
Looks like the definition of hurt people.
Yeah.
Because they're both going through some existential shit. They're just like taking it out on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the amount of hair changes Ali Wong has in that fucking trailer.
Yeah.
God damn.
It does look good though. I just, don't believe this is how this would go in real life.
No. 100% not.
No.
You'd never see that person again.
No.
And if they're in California, the chances of you seeing the other person again is like 1,000,000 to 1.
Astronomical, yeah.
Yeah, that's why Californians.
Yeah. It's wild. I think the only person we ever saw twice in Cali was that homeless person with the dog
Yeah.
at the exit. That was the only
Hmm.
person.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks good, man. I'm
I'll
liking
tune
the
in.
look of it.
Yeah.
I'll check out the first three.
Hmm.
Yeah. Stephen Yun is the
April
man right now.
10th.
Yeah.
Stephen
I got it.
Yun, and it looks like he's he's going into like rage.
Yeah.
Yun.
He's
Like
not sullen.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. He doesn't have like the blank expression on his face. It looks like he's really fucking hurting.
Sometimes he can come off as like a soft cock, but I
Yeah.
know, like, he's not.
Yeah.
You know that he's got that rage behind him. You saw David Choi in here as well, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Like that.
What looks cool in this is it looks like he's suffering PTSD as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like some military scenes and stuff like that. So it's like he's dragging that baggage behind him.
Yeah. And he's just lost all of his money.
Yeah.
And he's just anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I'm really liking this is because I like the direction that Stephen Yun's taking with all of his picks for films, like post Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And out of that cast, he's the goat. You know what I mean? Like he's
Hmm.
the one that actually chose the best projects. He
Yeah.
knew, okay, well, this is finishing for me. Or besides, what's his face? To be honest, he's maybe number 2, besides Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his face? Yeah. He just picked so right his projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he knows how to, like, okay, like, I don't want to say it's like one for them and one for us, but he knows how to pick those good projects.
Yeah.
Like jumping on Invincible was amazing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
it
I mean?
was, I think it was Minari that was the movie that got him the most acclaim, the most notice
Yeah.
because of the quality of the film and his performance.
Hmm.
And then that just opened him up to Jordan Peele going, hey, you're next up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As if you're going to say no to Peele.
There
Pause.
was also
100%.
that other movie. Is he in Okja as well?
I don't know.
I
if
think he is.
Is it Okja?
Okja, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going through. God, that's bright.
Yeah, it is.
My God. Space Jam, Troll Hunters. Can't see Okja. When was Okja again? He was 2017. Okja. He was K.
Oh. Gotcha.
This guy was in Voltron, dog.
Mate,
In the new Voltron that came out.
Mandem's doing everything.
Yeah.
Voice work.
Yeah.
He was in the Twilight Zone as well. Nice.
Peele connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's good. We just need, like, what's his face now from him? Need to cast him in something.
He's MCU now.
Who
He's
is
MCU bound. Remember, he's going to be in the Suicide
he's
Squad.
Agent Zero.
I think he's maybe Sentry as well.
Yes. I see it.
We'll see how. What the fuck do we know? Most of our predictions end up wrong.
A lot of them they hit. What's his face? The last trailer was Mrs. Davis. So Betty Gilpin is a nun who's battling an AI. And
Yeah.
at first, I thought it was that guy from Game of Thrones, the uncle. Is his name Huron? Is it Huron? The uncle of the Iron Isles.
that yeah. Palak.
Yeah.
That's
Finger in the
big.
bum.
Yeah. Yeah. Pilu.
Dado was what's his face's partner there for a minute. What's his
Eddie?
name? Yeah. They're kind of wild.
That line was real.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the O from Overlord and Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah.
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 The man.
Yeah. Looks all right.
It looks all right. I got a what's his face vibes from it. A Ryan Reynolds fair. Free
Deadpool?
Jack.
Free guy?
Free guy.
Free guy. Yeah.
Free Jack, Big
Free
Emilio
Jack.
Estevez.
Emilio Estevez, yeah.
This also
Watch them
gave me
remake that movie and it'd be fire.
Anthony Hopkins comes back with that penis haircut.
it gave me gave me Preacher vibes as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting that too.
It looks really odd, but I'm thinking that's the Damon Lindelof connection. And normally I would write it off because it's Lindelof, but then they put from the creator of Watchmen, HBO, in the credits.
Co-creator.
And I was like, I mean, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Everybody gets 3.
Yeah, I'll give you 3. That's
Except
what we
Citadel.
got. All right, so jumping into our casting. So Jodie Comer, I love her, is the front runner for the lead in the new Blade Runner 2099 series. That's going to be directed by Jeremy Podessoir. Yeah, who's just recently signed on. No details are known about the film. We know the only thing we know, obviously, is that it's going to be set 50 years after 2049.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So Oscar Isaac is going to play Kurt Vonnegut. I've heard that name before.
It's a novelist.
Yeah. Anyway, he's going to star in these 8 one-hour episodes. This is going to be a crime thriller about the life of Kurt, set in '69. This is going to be before he became a successful writer. This is at the time when he's a sort of struggling novelist and a car salesman. He's living in Cape Cod. He's got a wife. He's got 5 kids. And then 2 women disappear in Cape Cod. And they're sort of discovered in the sand dunes, murdered on the outskirts in Princetown there. And Kurt, he becomes the main, the police's main suspect there. he just gets embroiled in this hunt for a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he somehow forms a bond with the prime suspect.
Yeah.
I think I've heard it. This is the Cape Cod Strangler or something like that. I think I've heard of this before.
It sounds like Zodiac.
Yeah. Cape Cod Mangler. Something like that.
Maybe it's like because of the connection to possibly the Boston Strangler, people investigating murder cases and serial killers that have no business, you know what I mean? But they got the vision.
So,
but yeah, that sounds cool. Sounds like there's a little meat there for what's his face to chew on. Pause. Isaac. But yeah, it should be good. What's his face will probably be his wife again. That chick, the redhead.
Chastain?
Yeah. Yeah, this happens. 2-3 films already now. All right. Just quickly, James Gunn has now signed on to direct Superman Legacy. Like, that's a go. He's not just writing it now, he's directing it. It's going to come out on his father's birthday, which is cool.
Sad too.
And lastly, Jeremy Irvine, who I have no idea who he is. Seen a picture of him. Is going to lead the Return to Silent Hill reboot. All right, so the film's going to follow James. He's a man broken after being separated from his one true love. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill to search for her. He finds a once recognizable town transformed by an unknown evil. And as James descends deeper into the darkness, he encounters terrifying figures, both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity as he struggles to make sense of reality and hold on long enough to save his lost love.
Oh my god!
Yeah, man. As long as they execute it just like the first Silent Hill, I'll be there. It's weird because I don't see Christoph Gans' name on this. I
It's
heard
on
he was
there.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's writing the script too.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So if this is anything to go by, since they're basing it off that second game, this is their magnum opus. Then this is like the best Silent Hill.
Yeah. It was so great that they lost the code. They can never do another reboot again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Konami? How
You
do
know-
you just lose code like that?
You know,
Just
it's
loose with that shit.
Badly.
it's not just them. They did the same shit with Final Fantasy VIII. You can never
Yeah.
get that game ever.
If they want to reboot that game, they have to build it up from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. They
Man.
want these days.
I'm definitely in for Silent Hill if Christoph Gans is there.
Oh, man.
Because I
100%.
know that he's going to make it closer to that first one with Sean Bean and Ryder Mitchell than the return to Silent Hill with Kit Harington, which was dog shit.
Kit
Yeah.
Harington in there doing God knows what.
With his fucking vest in there.
Yeah. Mate,
Dragon.
What do you call it? That was Silent Hill 3. The worst one. Not the worst one. Downpour's the worst one. But that was the story for 3. They just skipped 2 completely.
Yeah.
And they set up the end of 1 to go into 2.
Yeah. That's
Dicks.
the dog shit thing. I'm hoping that they keep that score because the score for the first Silent Hill movie was fire.
Yeah.
I hope they release it on 4K soon.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice.
That would be.
Get that.
All right. Moving on to On the Radar. Short and sweet. So, big news. So, Matthew McConaughey, all right, is going to team up with Woody Harrelson yet again for a comedy series. So, this one is like a sort of semi-biographical, not semi-biographical, but it's like semi-real in a way where they play like versions of themselves, not them. So it's a 10-episode series, and they describe it as a heartfelt odd couple love story revolving around the strange and beautiful bond between Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Matthew and Woody's friendship is tested when their combined families attempt to live together on Matthew's ranch in Texas. And then, like, fun abounds and barriers are
Hilarity
broken.
ensues.
Yes, hilarity will most definitely ensue. It sounds very similar to Ed TV and them sort of getting a peek at a real character and following them around.
Yeah.
Which they were both in as well. Could be
It's,
cool. Could be funny.
It's almost like they took that first season of True Detective with their moments together and just like reversed the energy and then put a different color palette on it.
I hope there's.
Go on.
There you go.
No, I was just gonna say I laugh every time I see those outtakes from Between Two Ferns because he asks him what was the marijuana budget on True Detective, and he says it's probably the size of this whole production. To be honest,
That's what I was gonna say. They both love smoking weed. They both smoke weed.
very
one is-
weed.
Yeah, and one is kind of political, Woody Harrelson is, and the other is kind of spiritual. So I'm hoping that they dip into that as well.
So, McConaughey is political. Harrelson is spiritual.
McConaughey is extremely spiritual. After his book, Green Lights.
Yeah, but right now, McConaughey is extremely political. He wants to be the governor, B. He was running for, not the governor, I think the mayor of Austin. He wanted to be the mayor of Austin. Woody, going by what's his face, Kevin Hart, was saying like he is a complete raw vegan.
Wow.
Raw vegan. So it's not good enough for it just to be vegetables. It has to be raw. He's a wild boy.
Not wild.
Because he doesn't drink, he only smokes, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how these guys do like vegan, yet alone raw vegan.
Can you imagine eating just salad every day?
Yeah, it's fucking boring. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to do anything. Everything would have to be cold pressed and fucking.
Yeah. I was watching
I'm not with it.
Brubaker the other day, and he like reaches into his fridge, he grabs a beer, and he just grabs like a whole head of fucking cauliflower. Continues to sit down and eat the raw cauliflower while he's drinking his beer. And Brubaker was no slouch. Brubaker went into that prison unannounced. They didn't know he was the new warden. He was just like, in there with them. And only later did they find out he was the new warden. He put some changes in there. Brubaker.
Brubaker, come on, run this jail like a bed.
Alrighty. So moving into our news and developments. So once again with Sir Roger Deakins, he had some comments about the Oscars. He said that the best cinematography he had seen for the year, for 2022, was The Batman. And he said the only reason why this wasn't nominated was simple: snobbery. People are so used to the fare of like Marvel and other universes, and they just don't give it the light of day for these kinds of awards. And then continued to say the same thing about Top Gun. He said that movie is amazing. Like they deserved like the top for that as well. Pause. I just realized what I said. But yeah, the coolest thing he said was that good work is good work, whatever the genre, and that's 100%.
That's right.
Agreed.
You can tell when scenes are genuine and when they're trying to go for that look. You know what I mean? Like you can tell when it was the happy accident. Yeah. No. But on the flip side, Joaquin Phoenix did win an Oscar 2 years ago. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, we seen it in this year that there is snobbery afoot when Top Gun, nominated for Best Picture, can only get a technical award. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, be happy that we let you in the Best Picture category.
I know, right?
Why do you think Cruise didn't show up? Cruise was already. He was there. He was pressing the flesh with the Academy at all the parties and whatnot. But when it came to the night, he knew where his bread was buttered, my friend. He went back to work. It's crazy when you'd say, "I'd rather work than come to your party."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's also an insult of the highest degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's Tom Cruise.
That is Cruise. Because it was wild. Because back Q was there.
Yeah.
He was at the Oscars. So like him saying he was working, sorry, doesn't didn't want to go.
I was in the editing bay, you know.
I had to jump out that plane a few more times, you know.
Practice makes my shot.
Got the shot top.
I was working on my next 127 stunts that I'm going to do by myself. No coordinators required.
He said that he wants to do this until he's 80.
That's wild.
He told Jimmy Kimmel, "I'd love to do this until I'm 80." It's like, Jesus, man.
Watch him.
I'd love to see it.
He'll do that shit as well.
That's what I.
He'll be like fucking Eastwood, just working until fucking you'll go past 80 for sure.
Yeah. I think Cruz has looked after himself a bit better than Eastwood.
Yeah.
I don't think Cruz drinks. I don't think Cruz smokes.
Yeah. But no, so leading on to that, from that, we have the 2023 Oscar winners as well. So I'm just going to quickly run through them. So for Best Picture, it was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I'm not too sure if you guys want to jump in for comments as I go through it.
Was there any that you were surprised at? Because Everything, Everywhere, All at Once kind of swept the awards, right? The only thing that they didn't get was the original song and some of the technicals. Is there anything that you were like, nah, that shouldn't have, or you know what I mean?
No. Honestly, what about you guys?
Because I've got a theory.
Mm.
And the theory is that the Academy is now scared of awarding like some of the more prestigious awards to a white man.
Oh yeah.
So while like a sweep at the Oscars isn't sort of unheard of, you know what I mean? Because Lord of the Rings did it. Like it's happened countless times.
Mm.
Like Life of Pi picked up 5, whatever, right? But they really wanted to award Brendan Fraser.
Mm.
But in order to do that, they needed to satisfy the jabs that they might get from every other community. So that's why I think that Everything Everywhere, and I'm not shitting on it at all. I love that movie. This is my favorite movie from last year.
You serious?
Yeah, 100% is my favorite movie from last year.
What came out last year?
Everything came out. Top
My
Gun.
friend.
Everything on that list came out basically last year.
Yeah. Bit of
That's
a hot.
that's my theory, anyways. You know what I mean? I'm
Oh.
not trying to sort of like throw like fuel on the fucking fire here and like create racial divide or anything like that. Because those Daniels worked their fucking ass off to get that picture out. They had to like move through some serious obstacles, and they created a piece of cinema that is way more, I think, deeper than the multiverse shit that we got in Marvel. And that's a $17 million budget versus a $200 million budget.
Yeah.
However, I kind of feel like if you're gonna award Jamie Lee Curtis, you're awarding her because she's a legacy actress.
Mm.
Yeah.
Her performance in that movie didn't top Stephanie Jesus either.
No,
But
it
also,
didn't.
you had Kerry Condon in that list as well, who fucking nailed it in Banshees.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't up for best supporting either. Like she didn't get the award. You know what I mean? I thought she added
Yeah.
a lot more gravitas and to the picture. It was more pivotal in that movie than Jamie Lee Curtis's role.
Yeah. O's got some hot take shit to say about this.
Say it.
Like, fucking. O's just gets angry. No, it's just more so. I think when it comes to this shit, whoever's preparing or like discussing these winners should be ready to take it on the chin from people, because some people just complain to complain.
Mhm.
Understand there are people who want to see their people rise, shine, all that stuff as well. But much like Deacon said, good work is good work, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So if we can come to a unanimous decision outside of politics to actually fucking award these things properly, it's good. Like I get that, there's a lot of white faces fucking getting awards and it's kind of boring, but if there's awards that are actually deserved, then they should be awarded and not just given to someone else just because of they're afraid of backlash. You know what I mean?
Mm. These are the people that are making the movies, my friend.
But
Can't like
like
push back on the people that are making the actual movies just because of the color of their skin. It's what you might call racist.
Yeah.
Best visual effects, I agree with. Best costume design, yep, Black Panther. Best makeup and hairstyling, the whale. I don't know. It was only Brendan Fraser that was in makeup and hairstyling in that movie. The rest of it was just all set dressing. I believe that could have gone to Black Panther as well, either that or the Batman. Um, Best song, I'll give it to Triple R. Best score, I haven't heard All Quiet, so I'm just going with that. Production design, yep, All Quiet. Film editing, Banshee should have won there. Cinematography should have gone to Empire of Light. Original screenplay should have been the Banshees there. Adapted screenplay. Adapted. Why is Glass Onion nominated for an adapted screenplay? How does that work?
because it's not wholly new characters. So he's adapted it from the first movie.
Right.
Yeah.
What a trash rule.
Yeah.
Best documentary, didn't watch any. Best international, didn't watch any. Best animated feature, Puss in Boots should have won there. Supporting actor, Shorty is fine. Supporting actress, Kerry Condon should have won that. Best actress, Michelle Yeoh is great. Kate Blanchett, maybe.
I haven't
Best
watched
actor-
Tar.
Yeah.
I've not watched Tar. So
Best
I'm not gonna.
actor, yeah, The Whale did win. Best director, the Daniels I would have given to, and best picture was Top Gun. That's how I would have scored it. Now, I say that your the films that you choose, what's his face? It's not what the Academy chose, right? And the Academy, that big voting system. Anyone who's essentially made a movie or something like that can become part of the Academy and can vote. Now, people are just not voting, and it's not us that need to vote; it's the Academy. So it's their
Yeah.
peers, right? Because this is an award from their peers saying you
That's
were the
right.
greatest. People just aren't voting, or at least people with the same mindset as you are not voting.
Well, I honestly think it's more political than anything.
Yeah,
Whereas,
100%.
like my rundown, best picture, Top Gun,
Mm.
100%. Director, I do believe the Daniels deserve that award.
Yeah,
hmm
My best actor isn't Brendan Fraser. It's Colin Farrell because he carried that fucking movie.
I don't know. For
Ah,
me, not Brendan Fraser. What's his name?
Austin Butler,
No, the redhead.
Paul Mescal.
He's supporting actor in there.
Ah, yeah, he's nominated in the supporting.
Yeah, he drove that. He drove that film. Whereas what's his face was just reacting to him, even though he was the main.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was all of that, all the conflict in that movie lynched on Poirot actually reacting to what's his face. Best actress, yeah, Michelle Yeoh. Best supporting actress, for me, it's absolutely Kerry Condon. However, Stephanie Hsu should have would have been very very close in
She
that,
might have done a better job than Michelle. Yeah.
and she's more pivotal in the role than Jamie Lee Curtis. But
100%.
anyways, best supporting actor, like Key killed it.
Mm.
I'm not going to take that shit away from him.
No.
And I think I mean the rest. Yeah, the rest is the rest. For me, that's where I kind of have bones with the system.
Mm.
But that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
If they did a vote on their political leanings in the what's his face, you definitely see who's voting for this stuff then.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, it just, I don't know. I would like a day, maybe years from now, it'll happen where there's a better system for this moving forward, where there isn't any, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but there's no gifts for picking specific shit or being able to lean towards one thing to get something out of something.
Oh, I
It's
just
the
want-
fear of backlash.
Yeah, I just want them to be true.
Yeah.
Just say that wasn't the best. This was actually the best, even though it's it's right leaning.
Yeah. I mean, you don't go into a fucking boxing match, get knocked the fuck out, and then they say you won. You know what I mean? There is a win and a lose. But so that's all our Oscars for this year. Tune in for fucking next year. We'll go through this again.
Oscar.
But on to more exciting news. So, The Last of Us, right? Just finished up, and with that final episode, we saw it beat House of the Dragon in ratings as well as concurrent viewers. So House of the Dragon was 21 million or 29 million, whereas Last of Us hit 31 million viewers on that final episode, which is fucking unbelievable. This is brand new IP, and it's killing it.
Yep.
And as well as
Crazy.
that, so fucking spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it just yet, but there were giraffes in that final episode of The Last of Us. Beautiful scene. And when I was watching it, I was like, fuck, these giraffes are CG. They look CG as hell. But no, they used real giraffes. So they got them all from the Calgary Zoo, and they had to set up blue screens around them with all of the zoo handlers there just to make sure they were calm and docile. And then they set everything up so they could make that scene in Salt Lake City. It was amazing what they've done. Couldn't believe it, man. But now, moving forward from that, we've come to the end, but now we finally got details about season 2. So Craig Mazin was talking on it, and he said, yep, season 2 is definitely happening. There were some key points in there. So they're keeping Bella Ramsey as Ellie. So she was 17 when she played Ellie, who was 14 in the show. She's 19 now, which is the same age as Ellie would be in the sequel to the first Last of Us game. But they've still also got some time to shoot and all that. So she is going to be a little bit older as well, which makes more sense. But as well as that, when Craig Mazin was like focusing on like season 2 of The Last of Us, for any gamers who know there's one more game after this, but he's looking to actually possibly split this into more seasons. I think we all know from experience how many sit downs it took us to finish that second game, but it does make sense.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they don't split this into like 3 seasons. I just want it to be 1 and 2 and then done. But I feel like this will be one of those things where they split it into 3 separate parts, because there are 3 separate acts, and it makes sense in my head when I think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be like a really condensed season.
Yeah.
And then, no one wins because then they start like compiling characters and shit like that. Just, doesn't work.
Yeah. There's a lot of story in that game that needs to get, like, properly portrayed on the fucking big screen. But yeah, super exciting. Craig Mazin also said, like, apologies for not having as many infected. You guys would have killed hundreds, maybe even thousands of them. But we'll definitely have a little bit more in this next season as well.
I killed more humans than I killed infected, I gotta tell you. Stealth. Did it the hard way, mate.
All grit, mate. So, Robert Rodriguez was talking about Machete, right? So at the end of Machete Kills, we get the trailer for Machete in Space. And he said it's still a possibility for that to happen. Like, we still could get that Machete in Space movie. Like, there's nothing set in stone just yet, but maybe down the track that'll happen. I actually saw Trejo in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Dude still looks good. And that was maybe like a year or 2 ago.
Machete don't crack.
Yeah. But super exciting news as well. So Tarantino has set his final film, or his apparent final film. So this is his 10th one, which was scheduled to be his final, called The Movie Critic. So this one is based in the 70s in LA. Cool as fucking set piece time. And it's meant to have a female lead at the center of it too. So when people were like discussing it, they were like, it has to be Pauline Kael. So she was an essayist, novelist, and still like this influential movie critic of all time. But as well as that, she was actually working as a consultant for Paramount for a piece of time. And that was during the 70s. And this is the same piece as what he's saying about this movie. So it might be about her, which is super fucking cool as well.
Yeah.
What did they make The Godfather at Paramount?
72 or something?
Mate.
But I kind of feel, because Warren Beatty brought her in, that she would have been consulting on more of his pictures.
Well, if it is, then she's consulting on what's his face then, Bonnie and Clyde, and that's still good.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
When you consider like the violence, the first time you saw violence like that in a film, I think it's the first time you saw a woman get shot down like that as well,
Yeah.
just
she
killed
she
brutally.
she calls Pauline Kael said Bonnie and Clyde is the most American movie
There you go.
at that time. Yeah.
But this is cool. Knowing Tarantino, you never know, we might just get a 37-hour cut of this movie later on down the track.
I think we're gonna need it.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Maybe this is all the stuff that like he had in the tuck for all this time.
There's probably all the stuff that he wanted to put into Once Upon a Time and he didn't.
Yeah. Very true. But yeah, this is like so cool, man. I fucking can't wait for this shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. But so on top of that, so we got some more news about Dune Part 2. So it looks like we're not just going to be on is it Arrakis?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not just going to be on Arrakis for Part 2 as well. So we are going to dive into a few other worlds as well. So we're going to spend a bit of time on G80 Prime, which is the Harkonnen planet.
Mm.
And then we're also going to spend a bit of time with, I was going to say Christopher Reeve. Oh, God. Christopher Walken's planet as well, the Emperor.
Yeah.
This is so cool, man. So, and we might even get to see the Bene Gesserits outside of Arrakis too. So we finally get to
Looking
get some
forward
more.
to it.
Yeah. I feel like watching Part 1 again.
Come out this year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think it's like
Yeah.
4 months or something.
Yeah. They wrapped the shit in December last year.
Mate.
Wrapped.
Fuck.
This year just gets bigger. Pause.
100%. But no, this is so cool. I can't wait for this as well. So on top of that, so Citadel, the show that hasn't come out yet, has gotten the renewal for season 2, which is a bit weird there. I didn't expect it out of nowhere, but
They are really, really fucking like pinning everything onto this show being a success, and it's scary. It scares
Yeah.
the shit out of me because not only did they fuck up and then go, no, we want to change the take, and then like get new showrunners in, that did fucking Hunters
Hmm.
to come in and do reshoots and reset the tone of the series. But they're going, well, actually, we're going to do offshoot little series with like the spy in India, the guy in Italy and France and all this sort of stuff. And they've already shot some of it. This to me sounds like the series version of Van Helsing. Remember when they were like,
shit.
Van Helsing, the plan is to do the series. We also got the prequel and we want to do the sequel. And it just like, it felt like, all right, fucking slow down, Peter Summers, Stephen Summers.
It sounds like counter programming for the Continental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like some James Bond type shit. I don't know. I could be wrong. And this could be really, really great. But right now, it just
Can't be that great. They didn't cut together a good trailer. It's
we'll
not
see.
that great.
We'll see. It's coming out very, very soon, next month, April 23rd or something like that. So we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely not looking forward to it. The trailer just didn't sell me, man. No. So we also got some crazy news from Zack Snyder, and it was just a video, and it just said incoming transmission. And as the video continues, it says incoming transmission from Lord Darkseid. Side, my bad. What do you call it? And then it's April 28th, 29th, and 30th as the dates there as well.
Yeah. It's Ray Porter's weird voiceover.
Yeah.
It sounded like Ray Porter doing an impersonation of like Ray Porter doing the Darkseid voice.
They didn't add the reverb.
They didn't have the bass nor the reverb.
Nothing. This man was in his closet recording this.
Sadly.
So what can we expect, fellas? Man of Steel, 27th, Batman vs Superman, 28th, Justice League Zack Snyder's cut, 29th. That's
Yeah,
what
but then
that's
something's got to drop on the 30th.
30th will be maybe Flash or something. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking that what they're gonna do is create like the Elseworlds animated division,
Mm.
and it will be his cuts, but animated. But all the cast is coming back.
That'd be cool if they want to throw money at it.
Yeah,
Just go over to Netflix. Get Netflix
Maybe-
to do it.
maybe they listened.
Yeah, but if it is those dates, then those dates is like 2028,
Yeah.
2029, 2030 that these films are coming out.
Yeah.
And they're all coming out in April.
It makes
I'm there
sense.
for it.
So
What
Yeah.
else am I gonna do? Been waiting for this.
Fuck him. But as well as that, so with Smile just killing it last year. So Parker Finn, this was his directorial debut, and now he signed a multi-year deal with Paramount. It's like the coolest superhero name,
Yeah.
Parker Finn.
Parker Finn.
So after that, he signed a multi-year first look deal with Paramount, and the sequel to Smile is the priority for this guy. I still haven't watched it, but I've heard nothing but good things about this movie as well.
Smells all right.
Setting this guy up to be Paramount's James Wan, huh?
Yeah.
People over there,
Yeah, they are. They are, mate.
disgusting.
They've
James
locked him into
2.
the horror genre too.
Badly. They just hamstringed him.
The joke just went straight over. You hear this, though? James 2.
Jesus, big Bronson's on it.
Johnson. Yeah, man. They should have just left this guy to do his thing. What if he developed like the maddest action movie in the world? That's what I don't get about these guys.
Mm.
Or I
right.
created like a new form of thriller or something like that. People
That's
want to
right.
watch those too.
Fucking oath. That's right.
I like those thrillers.
They are gonna ride this franchise straight into like DTV hell.
Jeez.
Wait, it's gonna be like Smile, the frown that never was, or some shit like that.
Yeah. Smile 7, shit-eating grin.
I need to leave this alone.
Yeah. After you guys watched this, did it warrant a sequel?
No.
I don't think so.
It's a
I thought
one and
it'd be
done,
nice
like
as a nice little standalone.
one and done.
Yeah.
It's an end-to-end story. Why are we making sequels like this all willy-nilly?
Well, I think because now it's got name recognition, they can put the marketing on it as well that worked so well for the first one, and then maybe try double their money and just do the Blum formula, 17 million, and I'm gonna get me like 256 million every picture I'm out. But the thing that separates like these newbie horror filmmakers from the Jordan Peels is that Jordan Peele would never go back to the well and try to do some shit that was the same.
No, you would not.
Yeah.
When you said that, I thought about it. Like you said, brand recognition. Yeah, back in the day, you know what the brand recognition was? It wasn't the fucking property. It was the director.
That's right.
When I
That's
saw,
right.
hey, Wes Craven did this. Hey, Wishmaster. Oh, he didn't direct it though. Yeah, but his name's on there. He must have done something,
Fucking oath.
and it was great. That was the brand.
Mm.
That's right.
It's flipped now, man. It's completely flipped.
That's right. Now they tag shit on there like from the studio that brought you.
Yeah.
You
I
know
don't
what I
care
mean?
if you're co-creator, mate. What did you do? What did you do?
Just cornering this. So, what did you do? What did you fucking do?
That's how
But
it
yeah.
has to be these days.
That's the Tarantino argument, though. It's not the actor that draws people in the cinema. It's the hero.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Those guys are the last ones that it's going to happen with. I don't even know this guy's name. You think I stuck around to see who the director was on Smile? I wasn't going to do that. I didn't know who directed this movie. I
Yeah.
know that James Wan directed The Conjuring.
However, if Parker Finn was like, all right, I made Smile, cool, loved it, got your returns, beautiful. Now I'm going to make this action movie. And now it's like, Parker Finn doing this. And then he does some De Palma type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he segues into the drama.
Yeah.
But oh no, shit's awry over at Paramount. You see how I fucking recovered all of my fuck ups from the past there?
Yeah, I see.
Seek these nuts.
Science of that one too. Yeah, man. These guys just don't get it. They need to start making the director the commodity. People know who James Cameron is. We have a whole generation of new kids that are just discovering James Cameron.
That's right. And that's return viewing for all the shit he did down the road.
Can you imagine like watching Abyss for the first time now?
God, they'd lose their minds.
Yeah.
What's his face? Especially in that drownings where he has to put the helmet on and drown.
Yeah.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
They don't understand that.
No.
They think that diving's fun. Yeah, I'm in the water. No.
Yeah.
It's not. People work down there.
Have some fucking respect.
Yeah.
But now that scene will come with may induce trauma. You know what I mean?
Trigger warning.
Yeah, I've been seeing when people are playing games, a warning come up that says, "Oh yeah, it's got a scene with a spider in there for people that are affected by those things." Really? Like this is what we're doing now?
It's a horror fucking game.
So, you know that game Grounded on Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah.
That game takes it to the next level where they have an arachnophobia meter where you can turn it down to make the spiders look cuter. Yeah.
No. We soft.
Soft as
I was just about to say. But I was going to say...
The proverbial.
They soft. That's what it is. They're soft.
I was going to say quickly, the perfect example of a man who can go from horror to action was, not the perfect example, but Leigh Whannell did it. He did Insidious 3, and then he did Upgrade. Or he did Invisible Man and then Upgrade, something like that. But Upgrade was fucking mad.
He did Upgrade and then Invisible Man. But yeah, Upgrade was great because it wasn't just an action movie either. You know what I mean? You throw that sci-fi in there just a little bit, just a little sci-fi.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
No, definitely. But no. Well, maybe Parker Finn will do the reboot for Die Hard years down the track.
Fucking better not.
Missed his window because he's gonna have Smile 2 on that resume. And watch him do it like Smile TOO, like because it's a group thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. It writes itself.
Yeah, it does.
Bullshit bastards. As long as John McTiernan is still alive, I think that he should be the one to reboot what's his face? Die Hard. That's how it should go. If anyone's going to reboot it with a new actor, it's got to be him.
True. Paul Rudd was still my number one prior to Ant-Man. Like when you did all the comedy, I was like, Paul Rudd would be a great John McClane. Probably shave his head for it as well. For now.
I was just thinking Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He fucking looks good with the bald head too. Bit older.
He's old enough though. John McClane's in his 40s, man. He's a police detective. He's made it out of the beat. He's got some high-profile cases under his belt in New York. He's flying out to meet his wife, maybe reconcile. He doesn't know. He's going to Pomona if it doesn't work out. It's Ramona. What's his face? and that's all it is. He wasn't expecting to get into shit. That's what they don't get with the sequels. John's not expecting it. He got caught with his pants down. Literally.
All right.
Yeah.
Just for our last piece of news. So we we all like, gave the reviews for Willow there. It's been cancelled after that first season. So
Anonymous Patris
You know.
De Santos.
to fuck off. But it's just due to like the shakeups at Lucasfilm and Disney. They don't want to spend as much on like TV shows and whatnot.
It's not just that.
To do with that. No one watched it, huh?
Yeah.
It didn't even crack the top 10 Nielsen ratings, you know what I mean? Sometimes they
Nope.
forgive the 11 to 20 spots, you know what I mean? Sometimes they give them the renewals. So like, yeah. I mean, it's founded. It's not like they just went, Willow would be coming back, you know what I mean?
Ron Howard's like, come on, man.
I think Ron Howard and Lucasfilm need to end that. They need to dead that situation quick.
Yeah.
Like Solo didn't work. Willow didn't work. There's something wrong with it. That man needs to be making R-rated films. Either that or something based in reality.
Yep.
True.
Yeah. That fucking cave diving shit was great.
Mate, that was one of the best movies last year.
Fucking oath.
And only because I'm an idiot, don't watch the news, didn't know how they got them kids out of there.
Neither did I. Shit was it was a big surprise. I was
I
at the
know.
holy half face for the last 30 minutes of that movie.
It was. And I didn't understand why they had what's his face, the Edge out there. Like, yeah, he's a doctor and everything. What is he supposed to do? And then you understand, like, God, they hitting him with the special K.
Yeah.
Wild.
Mm-hmm. It's all right.
And that was it for all our news and developments.
Beautiful. Get into our thoughts there on The Last of Us, the finale, episode 9. I forgot
I
what this
refuse
one
to
was
put
called.
finale in the notes. I
Don't like
Final.
how the L comes off the
No.
tongue pause. Finale.
Jeez. Podcast Blue Denali. That's the only time I could do. And that's I too. They can't even hang with that.
I wrote some thoughts down here. So I thought it was like a very compressed episode that wasted no time in getting Ellie to her final level. The episode felt like it didn't have enough time to get through what it wanted to. I think this was intentional because Joel sort of finds himself trying to lift Ellie's spirits while coming to terms that he may never see her again. So it feels like he's running out of time. It's when Ellie promises that future with Joel to do whatever he wants to do after the hospital stuff, that Joel like really pledges himself to her fully.
Yeah.
And you really kind of see that. And then within the episode, we also get an explanation of Ellie's immunity. So finally explained, this never happened in the game. Like we finally get to see it through an extended prologue sequence with her mother. That's the hardest, most controversial question of the series. So what would you do if you were in that situation, right? Because her mother has plans for Ellie. Marlene has plans for Ellie. And Joel has plans for Ellie. But what would Ellie want to do? Like, does she want to sacrifice herself to save the world, knowing that she would die? Like, unethically, they didn't even tell her that shit. It was really fucking wild. So I mean, that idea gets explored in part 2 more fully. So we'll see how they kind of tackle it with everything that's kind of happening. But yeah, I really like the episode. It's really, really good. It was brief, but I don't think they wasted a minute.
No, they didn't. I felt the same way, B. I did feel a little rushed. Like, hey, let's get there, let's get there, let's get there, let's get there. Like it was just, yeah, it was funny because not even in the game is it like that. In the game, like it goes from that that scene with David to really slowing down, and you sort of taking your time until you do get accosted by them at the hospital. Yeah, but yeah, it was a little quick. I enjoyed it though. I am getting this in July.
Hell yeah.
Can't come soon enough.
Fucking earth.
Of course.
What do you think they're bad at?
Oh, it's the same. The exact same.
Yeah. Where I kind of like when Joel was like, "Oh yeah, read us some puns and all that shit." Like you do that with kids. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like when they're down or they've got a lot on their mind, you kind of distract them.
Mm.
Yeah, I really really enjoyed the whole season as a whole. I think Craig Mazin and Druckmann did a fucking phenomenal job. Can't wait for what they cook up for the next one.
I feel sorry for Barlog, to tell you the truth.
I do.
100%.
Barlog's sweating right now.
Badly. I
They
think he
did
can do it.
unscripted prologues to the shit too.
Well, he's going to have a lot of that. When you think about his show, he's going to have a lot of that because, I mean, that you can play God of War 2008. Is it 2008? 2018.
2018, yeah.
2018.
Like from that game and sort of like pick up different things here and there. But the lore and everything before that,
Mm-hmm.
like, it's a lot of stuff, man.
Mm.
Like it's almost like they're treating you in that show. What it sounds like, we haven't seen anything.
Mm.
Is like they're treating you like Atreus, right?
Yeah.
So Atreus is in the dark about his father's past and everything. He just knows of him as he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
And
call
I
it?
think that'd be really interesting if they go in with that
I think that's what they're doing.
because they need the Jar Jar Binks.
That's right. Yeah.
But they just can't give it that same Lord of the Rings energy because it is a journey from start to finish where you are like, doing that, and they just can't just give you the fuck about like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Road, but Viggo Mortensen's Kratos.
Yeah.
And he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. So episode 19, Amando. So I watched it just before I came up to do the podcast. What do you guys reckon there? Is Mando getting a little woke or what's going on here?
I wasn't feeling this at all, if I was being honest. The start was cool.
Why did that guy's face look so funny? Did you guys
Which one?
notice that?
What's
guy?
that?
The
That-
main guy.
that pen Pershing?
L57 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did it look so funny?
I don't
They
know.
CG assist his face?
I think it's the glasses, the shape of the glasses,
Right.
and they Hugo Strange him by shading it so dark that you can't really see his face
Right.
until the end of the episode.
But
Yeah.
he also looks like Thingy, Matt Murdock from Daredevil.
He does too.
Every time I look
does.
at him, it throws me off.
Like it just looked funny. Like it looked like it was CG. I was like, this is a fully CG character is in this scene. And then I looked and it's like, no, he's not. He's blinking properly and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's creases in his face.
Yeah.
It just looked funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you
But-
what, though. Sorry, Doug.
No, go on.
With Coruscant, it was kind of cool to see people having fun, like there, compared to like you see it kind of looks like Squalor in Tatooine.
Yeah.
Like when they're having that little event when they go see the Umate Rock, the peak and all that.
Yeah. And it kind of like, I don't know, it gave me the Final Fantasy Free Wandering kind of feels.
Yeah. Just needed that music.
Yeah.
Like it had similar carnival style like sci-fi music in there. But that's I thought it was like I was like, this feels like Kingdom Hearts kind of. But yeah, I mean,
think of Katie O'Brien.
I liked her. I liked that chick.
I
She
like that
was.
chick. I don't like the character.
See, I enjoyed the character. I liked the manipulation and the sort of dual edged thing that she's kind of doing because she's going, well, I'm taking revenge for Moff Gideon, but I'm like, it's almost like a splinter agent doing the most to make sure that, like, I show that I'm in support of the Republic.
Yeah.
But this whole piece feels like it's gonna pay off later.
I think
Like, you had
so.
no fucking idea because she takes the cloning thing from him.
Yeah.
All the stuff that they need for cloning, and then takes it with her. You don't see her give it to anyone or anything like that. So I don't know if she's got a fingernail or a hair or something from Moff Gideon that will then clone him.
It's not going to be Gideon. We know what they're setting up. We saw it pay off in the last Star Wars movie.
Or it could be that, the Stoke.
Yeah.
And the Emperor shit.
They're building another emperor.
Hmm.
It's the New Republic, remember? Yeah.
They gave you just enough Mando action in here to kind of keep you interested. I know, because it was like they just bookended it with, like, you know, the chase and then where they go to afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that's all I was wondering about. It seemed quite jarring that they then flipped to Pershing and and what's his face and Elia Kane. But there was a couple of things in there. So, like, me thinking, oh, Mando's faith is going to be tested, but it was actually the seismic collapses, and there wasn't supposed to be such a drop in the waters. So, like,
Yeah.
there goes my theory of Mando having his faith tested.
Hmm.
But it seems like it's Bo-Katan whose faith is going to be tested.
I think so too. She is going to be like, you know, that the person that befriends that whatever's down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going
The,
to be that
the mythosaur.
mythosaur and become what's his face? Become the ruler of Mando.
Yeah. Maybe that's how she gets that shit, eh?
Did you notice she didn't take off her helmet in that episode as well?
Yeah. But I think that's also a sign of the bond between her and Din. You know what I mean? That respect.
What was the name of the episode?
The Convert.
The Convert.
Convert.
She's the convert. She's converting from what's his face. It's not Mando. She's converting from, you know, her ways to become the Mando, like an actual Mandalorian now.
Yeah, and I think it was that, plus also the convert with Elia Kane showing that she's converted to, like, you know, be a supporter of the Republic. Yeah, I like the direction that it's going in. But it seemed like a stepping stone episode, something bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, they mentioned Camino and the Camino and process and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there could be someone within the Republic that's like there that's gonna sort of like aid the Empire.
The Empire just changed their name to the New Republic. What's his face? They're gonna need soldiers, yeah, because those stormtroopers that we see are still clones as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's right.
They will. The MacGuffin is more than likely going to be they need soldiers for another war again.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah. Well, who are they going to fight though? The Mandalorians. They wouldn't have enough people.
Well, they'd lose anyways. You know what I mean? They obviously lose. You don't see them in the sequels or anything.
It's true, actually.
Yeah. We'll kind of see how like that kind of plays out. But yeah, the stormtroopers and Sidious, absolutely.
Sidious, yeah.
And Snoke, because he's like also cloned as well.
Well, I always thought Snoke was just a failed bloody what's his face, a failed
Emperor.
clone.
Could be as well.
That's what I thought he was. Yeah, probably was in Trevorrow's.
Yeah. And then we got Ted Lasso season 3. Sorry, episode 1 of season 3.
Yeah.
So, like we meet up with the gang again. Ted's faced with the pressure of the prognosticators that Richmond will finish dead last in the season, and that kicks off all this sort of shit.
Yeah.
So we find out that Ted's still in therapy and dealing with the pressure of intercontinental parenting. Nate the Great throwing shade at him from his West Ham gig. And also eventually finding out his ex-wife has moved on with someone else. Keith. Fucking Keith. We also find out Keely and Roy have also broken up because they're just too busy, and
Yeah.
Rebecca has to learn how to just trust the Ted process there. Let Ted be Ted, do his thing. And we also get to see like some of that off the wall. Out of the square. What's that called?
Out of the box.
Out of the box. Fucking off the wall. Thinking from Ted. What's his face? Like teaching them how to process all the shit that's sort of coming out in the media and whatnot.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a good return to form, a really good first episode.
It was a long first episode.
Yeah.
48 minutes. They were not playing. The next episode, same length. Pause.
Really?
Yeah.
I like this.
So if it is
Like
going to be
this.
the last one, let's go out on the double episode every episode.
Let's win the whole
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah. I just really enjoyed it. I don't know why Keely said "fuck Joe Rogan" at the end there, and in that scene, I don't get that.
A name that you would know.
Right, but what was she talking about?
She was talking about something.
It's like women
I
in
don't know.
sports, yeah.
I had no idea.
Something about that because like they got that wrong then because Joe is the biggest like supporter of women in sports. One of Joe's favorite fights is what's his face? Is what's his face? What's her name? Thug Rose.
Shevchenko?
No, Thug Rose winning the championship. Like Joe, like every time he talks about it, cries. Cries fucking eyes out on the podium. I don't get it. And we finished the week off there with a little Shazam. So thank you. Thank you to Universal and Warner Brothers for the invite to Shazam. We're allowed to talk about this,
yeah. The embargo's passed.
Yeah. So yeah, I did not enjoy. Didn't enjoy it at all. I don't think it was for me, to be honest. I think this is geared towards. This is one of those superhero movies that's geared towards like the younger crowd. I don't think we're supposed to be in there watching this sort of stuff. What did I see? One of the quotes that I saw. Damn it, where is it?
Did you like it there, Bado?
I wasn't feeling it when I was in there. Like, regardless of not watching the first film, I didn't feel it, but at the time I was like, is it because I'm not as introduced with the members of the cast from the first one to this one? But then when I was thinking about it more, I was like, this is just like a shit movie.
Right, so the quote that I found was from Robbie Collin. Yeah. So Robbie Collin from the Daily Telegraph said, in terms of representation, you couldn't ask for more. And that's just as well, because in terms of entertainment, you could get barely less. Like for me,
perfectly
that
sums it up.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. So,
my God, man. Like,
Rob S.
Rob
S from the Smoke and Mirrors podcast says it's a convenient sequel. It tries to replicate what worked in the first film, but doesn't quite get there. It ultimately never shows any progression of the titular hero or alter egos of its other protagonists and feels kind of stuck in a will I, won't I make it to the DCU ball. I felt like the movie suffered major pacing issues and felt longer than the Snyder Cut. It didn't know what it wanted to do with its main cast while shelling out shit to the audience to keep it relevant and it's more PC adults compliant. The main villain, Helen Mirren, provided some much needed freshness and class. Rachel Zegler did what she was given to do, while Lucy Liu was inconsistent and one note. Top that with some shoehorned in, last minute, save the day, Hail Mary fuckery, and you've got the Shazam sequel, which offers bright lights and big fights with zero stakes. A happy ending for all except the audience. That's how I kind of felt. It just felt convenient as shit the whole way through. Even with people showing up and then going, "Hey, I got the fix. Hey, I like Skittles."
Mate, it was a Skittles commercial, that movie.
It really was.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. They even used the tagline.
The honorary O Weave said, "There's good performances from the cast and a lot of funny moments, but even though Zachary Levi is great as Shazam, the hero hasn't had any character growth since the first, and it's sometimes frustrating to watch. Not as bad and immature as Thor and Love and Thunder, though."
I find it
That's
so awkward, Zachary Levi.
mm,
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, I know he's like an 18-year-old that's, he's got powers and whatnot, and he gets to play a 40-year-old. But still, like the
Yeah.
Shazam in what's his face? In Flashpoint, I think it is not playing.
Yeah.
no.
That's the thing. Billy gets older. Asher Angel in this movie, who plays young Billy Batson, acted more mature than fucking Zachary Levi as Shazam.
Yeah.
And it's like he grew up, but
Why the fuck
Shazam
aren't you?
didn't. Exactly. It's like as soon as he hits Shazam, he's like, "Oh yeah!" He's got all like quips, and he's like even more awkward and shit like that. It's like you would learn how to be that hero if you were out there being the Philly Fiascos for fuck knows how long since the last movie, like what,
5 years?
5 years or something. You would learn how to be that hero. Batman only took maybe 9, 12 months, and he was like the man.
No. It was 2 years.
2 years. In 5 years, he was a bad motherfucker.
In 5 years, he was the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't
Yeah.
get it, man. What I don't get is how mature the other cast is compared to him.
Mm.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like he's being stupid just to be stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to I don't want to see this.
yeah.
Yeah. I know there's a group of 13-year-olds that are walking out of the cinema loving that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I know that, like you said, that wasn't for me. It's for them.
It is for them.
Like, the comedy, they tried so many times, and a lot of the shit is hit and miss.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it doesn't even hit.
Yeah.
Like, I barely registered a giggle. There was no, like, guffaws in that motherfucker.
Why were they laughing so much in the cinema?
There were a lot of people that were in the cinema that were clapping because of, like, I don't know.
Representation.
Well, there was a representation, but even that representation, right? It felt like tick the box representation,
That was
which I don't
biggest,
like.
the biggest example of tick the box.
And none of it felt genuine to me. They don't even explain why you got white sister Hespera, Asian sister, and then Latina sister. You know what I mean? And they're Greek. It's like even that just stinks of tick the box bullshit.
Oh, believe me, if they said it was Genghis, then I believe it. Because Genghis Khan did a
That's
lot
the
of
O
fuck-
that should have been. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
You know, the Shadow would be asking for fucking royalties off that movie if it was Genghis.
But yeah, there was a lot that just frustrated me in the movie. And
Yeah.
because I couldn't buy into it, I couldn't get into the flow of the movie, and it just felt long.
Oh man, it felt like 3 hours. This movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling the boys today, like, we're going to see John Wick next week, and like the run of movies that we've been having, like it makes me scared to watch Wick. Because what if it's
Really?
shit? Like, I
The
don't think I
only-
can handle a shit John Wick.
I don't think so either. But that's why I'm going to give it another chance.
I think I'd
See, if
cry.
I don't like John Wick, I'm going to go see it that weekend.
Yeah.
Because there's something that I just didn't like. It didn't gel with me at that time. But maybe I'm watching it like, another time and I didn't work or I it was the weekend or something like that and it caught me in a good mood and I feel it.
If Wick isn't good, I'm crying.
Badly. But I have a feeling, strong inkling, it's going to be good.
I've heard some people say it's the best one of the series.
Same.
That's what I mean. But then, I've heard people say it's middle of the road, normal. But then normal for John Wick is still outstanding for an action movie. And I'm there.
Normal is, it's extraordinary for what's his face for a normal action movie.
That's right.
See how we go.
The Helsky don't miss.
He hasn't so far.
But that's probably only because he's done John Wick's.
Yeah, but he's reinvented it. I don't know how many times. People are raving about this scene, this one shot that he does, but it's a bird's eye view of John moving throughout this what's his face, and it's amazing because they didn't do it in a one shot. They obviously had to cut it together, but the takes were so long initially. Like we're talking about, supposedly that last bit is it feels like it's 45 minutes of just straight action.
Fuck.
They said
Damn.
the last bit of the film is supposed to, it's the best thing you've ever seen. It's that they say it's the best action sequence that they've done in a Wick movie. I don't know why we're talking about Wick.
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
SHAZAM.
That's where the just
Where the
become
rubber
one
meets
ad
the
for John Wick.
Out there, where the rubber meets the road.
So I wouldn't recommend this to adults going to go check it out unless you're so invested and whatnot. It does answer the question to me whether Shazam will fall under the DCU's main banner.
No, it won't.
Well,
I feel like if you are gonna go see it, take a child with you. I think if I would have watched this with my nephews, it would have felt better.
I mean, well,
Take your kids to watch this movie.
I think
DC needs all the money they can get right now so that we can start getting all the other stuff. They didn't fucking announced Blue Beetle yet. I don't know what's going on there.
I know. I want that.
Same. Get a proper Latino bloody what's his face superhero.
Yeah, should be good. All right. You know that DJ? That's what I was going to tell you. Is that DJ Catrona?
Yeah.
He was going to be Superman, George Miller's Immortal, Justice League Mortal.
Yeah.
He looks like Superman.
Looks like Superman. It's a missed opportunity, my friend. But out of that, we got Cavill. So that's the rub. You know what I mean? You want Catrona to play this over the rest of your life, or you want Cavill? I take Cavill in that deal every time.
I don't know, but I would have liked to have seen Catrona only because they fucked Cavill around.
They would have fucked this all around as well.
All right, that is a wrap.
Can you believe that we have maybe 2 months? 2 months until Dead Reckoning comes out.
Fuck.
Just under or just over 2 weeks until Super Mario Brothers comes out.
Fucking oath.
That's what I want.
That was great, that trailer at the movies.
Fucking oath.
Big time.
Yeah. That is a wrap on all the news and reviews that we have for you at this time. We'll be back on Sunday. Check us out then with our thoughts on the Yellow Jackets. We got Swarm. We got Shrinking.
Got Bel Air. Got Wu-Tang. got power, a whole lot of things.
Yeah, big talks on Sunday. Yeah. Follow us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. Show us some support. That helps us out. Get into spaces. Helps spread the word. Yeah. Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.